take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. And dude, I'm not even paying attention to them. Mm. Mm. Wow. Mm. Hey, yeah, what's up, Tony? And yes, sir. Back at it. I wasn't paying attention to the charts, and I was considering getting in at this at that pivot right there. I was considering it. I was actually looking for this at the end of yesterday's session. I was looking for it. So this move right here. So I missed. So I had my limit actually sitting at 5,003 ticks. And actually, I don't think I got filled. Actually, never mind. Because I have 5,003 ticks, so this thing missed me by like one tick. Hmm. Hopefully, gold kind of gets out of the habit of doing that shit because that is definitely becoming very frustrating to have the market just miss you like that. Okay, well, hmm. I'm gonna leave my limit there, but I'm not gonna get grabbed by the hands. I'm not gonna get grabbed by the hands tonight. All right. We'll see what happens with this position right here. I think we're gonna chop tonight, probably. Unfortunately, I think tonight is just gonna be another chop fest. Uh, I am looking at the 3 minute though. We did double top at resistance, so we did double top at the high where the market kind of rejected the first time. Oh shit! My God. Gotta ask yourself if there's enough room. So I lost 670. So I'm surprised I lost that much money, honestly. Surprised I lost that much money. 400 extra more dollars. Been like a 2K payout, but I took a $1,700 payout, which is not bad. All right, so I mean that's gold right here. So I'm willing to get in at 5,000. 5 and how do you 5.3. I think that's the correct. I'm willing to get in at 5.3 here. Because it's not the Nasdaq where you can say like 3/4 or something, because with gold everything's just a tick. Never really thought about how to professionally say that. All right, so yeah, Nasdaq. It looks like we're getting the break of structure. It broke above this high. So we do have CPI, or not CPI, we do have FOMC tomorrow. Yeah, dude, it's not even, that's just not that serious. Okay. What is that? South China Morning Post. Why am I getting this in my feed? I don't care about. Dude, I don't care about this. What? I don't care about that. But that is a random thing to put into the newspaper, though. That is a random ass thing. Man who punched pregnant wife rammed her into a motorbike. Care about that. Why am I even getting that kind of news? Oh, okay, right there. It's like, dude, I don't care about that. Well, only we care about is Trump. Honestly, the only thing I probably should just keep on this thing is Trump's Truth Social posts. I mean, he moves the market. Everything else is means nothing for real. Care about no blogs, Federal Reserve, speeches and testimonies, commodities. Bloomberg. All right, we'll see. All right, let's see if that the feed becomes a little bit better. So let's see if we can get filled here, and let's see if we can. The market's going to continue here. Like I said, this could be a the wrong trade to take here. This could be the wrong trade. We did double top at resistance, but the reason why I'm taking this is because we kind of broke structure to the upside, and I'm just trading the pullback. That's all I'm doing here. I mean, they swiped the liquidity underneath this range. They swiped the liquidity above the range. They pull back. We saw a break of structure, and we'll see if we'll see. Hey, what's up, Lone Wolf? What's up? So I've been seeing a lot of things on I seen a lot of traders on TikTok today was complaining about the price action today on the Nasdaq, and I looked at it earlier today, or towards the end of the session, and I was like, man, what a freaking tease the Nasdaq was today. What a tease. What a tease. I mean, this was the only move. And I guess well, actually, never mind, because the second leg happened after the session opened. So I mean, if you literally just got in at the open and took the long on the Nasdaq, it seems like the Nasdaq open is the trade now. It seems like that's where you're going to see the most volatility, excuse me, in the market, is the open. It seems like if you kind of get in at the open on the Nasdaq, you can make your day. But massive move during London going into New York. A lot of people woke up to this big momentum move to the upside. We break structure. We take out the previous day high on the Nasdaq, and then for whatever reason, the Nasdaq just says, "Yeah, okay, I'm done. I'm done for the day," and just completely chops for the entirety of the session. I mean, little. Okay, so we're in this move. Damn, look at all that selling right here, man. I might have made the wrong decision here. All that selling, but we'll see. Yikes. Say you're home from work. You know, you saying that made me think about how do I correctly identify them? So there's people going on podcasts talking about that they are being hired to slow down traffic during rush hour. So when people get home, they're frustrated and not want to work on themselves, etc., blah blah blah, and that they're actually paid to do this, and this is an actual job just to hold up traffic, and it's like multiple people. And I'm thinking to myself, what kind of an asshole would take a job like that? Being a part of the problem, holding up traffic just because someone paid you to do it. Insane. Okay. Well, Gold, I know you don't want to do it. I know you don't want to stop me out. I know you just want to bounce and show it. There we go. I know that's what you wanted to do. You didn't want to take me out. But Like I said, it did kind of double top at resistance though. So this was that's like 5 points right there. That is interesting, to say the least. Gold is thinking about it right now. It was like, should I let this position live? But honestly, this is not a good position, man. This is not a good one. Not a good one. A double top resistance from, or a double top rejection from resistance. This ain't the NQ. This actually means something on gold. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was just kind of testing it out. I don't want to test out. Actually, I don't think that's kids, I swear. Sat there, cried about being tired, and now I was trying to, what the hell? Go your little ass to bed. All right. All right. So what did I? mean, it did just take out that liquidity underneath both of these lows, though. Hey, yo, what's up, Alfred? Alfred, we miss you. Come back. Honestly, I think I'm about, well, yeah, no, I'll just keep it. I was considering canceling mine for the umpteenth time. Because the gammas work when they want to work. They work when they want to work. And that's the whole point, in my opinion. Dang, I was way off. I was way off. Wow. Shit. Well, I guess I need to pull that order. And just come back tomorrow. Yeah. You know, the biggest thing that I don't like about it, Alfred, is that even if I keep it on the Qs because, I'm assuming that people look at the gammas and reference the gamma levels while they're trading. That's what I'm assuming. But if I were to change it to silver or gold or something like that, I mean, I understand it's not black box stock's fault. I get it because it's not like gold and silver options are a hot commodity. I mean, so you're not going to get too much volume into those assets, but I shouldn't be concerned because if I were to switch this and go back to the Qs, this thing might tell me that the gamma levels are not available and I have to wait until the levels to refresh themselves tomorrow. So, I mean, that's the one thing I hate. This application used to be so good with the gamma levels. I didn't have to ever worry about it saying, "Oh, we don't have enough data for it." But now, it seems like that's the norm for this platform, which kind of sucks. Because I was using this platform when close to when they actually released it. So I don't know if they still kind of do it the same way. But I was around when the original people was actually doing this, because black box stocks is a obviously with options they have a live trading room where they have traders all day on the radio. It's kind of like a radio show, really. And they're just talking about trading. They had trading seminars. I don't know if they still do it. They probably still do it. I just don't watch it because obviously I don't need it, but it's pretty cool. But obviously it's not like that no more. I mean, obviously things change. So. It just would have been nice to understand what options. I mean, well, it would have been nice to fully understand what I was doing back then. I was super gambling, and that's when I was scalping, not knowing how to trade options, losing money every single day, losing money every single day. It got to the point to where I was making a weekly, not a weekly, but a bi-weekly donation of $500 to the option market. Shit. Trading AMD options because I couldn't afford Nvidia. I would just buy Nvidia or sell Nvidia spreads. I would just sell Nvidia spreads. Nvidia, Tesla. 508. I guess it's peaceful, I guess. Now Gold doesn't know what to do. Like, do we fill him? Bogdanov, do we fill him? Do we fill this order? Looks like, honestly, this looks like a potential double top rejection on the Nasdaq here, but I would not trust it. We have price breaking structure to the upside. I wouldn't trust that. I wouldn't trust a short here. Or at least not a short that you would hold. But yeah, going back to what I was saying before about the Nasdaq, yeah, a lot of the traders on TikTok was quote unquote crashing out because of the price action, and I just find that hilarious. Everybody's complaining about the New York session. and that all them a lot of the people in the comment section was talking about how ICT said that they changed the algorithm. That there's new algorithms out there. Which honestly, I mean, they don't. I feel like they don't ever need to change the algorithm, in my opinion. The house knows that if you keep trading, that over time you're going to give back everything that you make plus more. That is definitely true. And so I feel that the house doesn't care how many times you win. As long as you keep playing, eventually you're just going to give it all back. And only a few traders can say that they can consistently extract money from the markets. Only a few. So there's really no reason for them to quote unquote change the algorithm, but it's kind of hard to miss that obviously all the big moves are happening during the London session now, or at the opening of the market. I mean, people are now talking about the 15-minute opening gap. So people are waiting for the first 15 minutes. Well, I doubt they're waiting 15 minutes. I doubt it. But they're waiting 15 minutes at the open. And they're taking the break of the higher to low. So if the first 15 minutes be like right here. It's the first 15 minutes. So if they took the break of that low, they got trapped. If they took the break of that high, they got trapped. Wow. Good shit, Nasdaq. Good shit. G-trap traders on both sides of the market this at the open. That's insane. That is insane. Oh, this is gold. This is gold. I apologize. This is gold. So if you took the 15-minute opening gap on gold, you got trapped. On the Nasdaq, so if you took the break of the 15-minute at the open, yeah, I mean that was a nice trade to the downside. And if you didn't take your profits at those lows, well, you got stopped out. And we got the break of the first 15-minute. All right, and that was yesterday's open. Let's look at today's open. Okay. So if you took the break of the first 15-minute opening gap, I'm sorry, the opening range. I apologize. That was a nice trade. Hmm. Well, I mean, it's not an excuse, but it does feel that way. It does feel that way. I don't want to. I don't want to. Man, it's only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. Yeah, that would be nice. Mm. Oh yeah. Yeah, I put like the 369. Yeah. Mm. Okay. Looks like the markets just want to pour us to death. My God. This is the kind of price action that just says, that makes you just say fuck it and just get into something. Just so you can actually see the P&L. Just you can see something happen. The P&L grow and the P&L go down. This is... The Nasdaq isn't even moving, which is insane to even... It's not even moving. Once again, we got that big pop up. And now it's just frozen on the chart. Same thing with gold. You can't blame them. And hopefully this it saves it until tomorrow. If not, I'll put like a limit on there. I'm definitely not gonna leave limit order sitting. Whew. That'd be some shit. All right, we're in this. We're in this. Now let's see if we can get a continuation here. That's what I was looking for. It's a continuation. Unless this thing wants to continue to go up higher. Damn. Okay. So it's instantly like that, huh? You want to see what a 4-hour looks like on the on gold? I was looking at this for a while. This is what a 4-hour looks like on gold. So basically price has been, so apparently we must have drawn this box in a previous session. But gold has literally been trading in this range for the past couple of sessions. So we're about to see an explosion to the up or downside because we have consolidation on the 4-hour. So we're going to see a big expansion. My guess, based on the structure, it's highly likely that we'll probably see that expansion to the downside. The reason why I say that we may see that expansion to the downside is because we have the short and medium term EMA slope to the downside, and now we have the long term EMA above price and beginning to slope. And this is on the 4-hour, so we do have FOMC tomorrow. We do have FOMC, so it's highly likely that Powell can come and say something the market doesn't like. I don't know. And yeah, what's up, Katie? And we could see the market start to make its way lower. Yeah, so I saw on the Top Step forum that or not Top Step, I think it was Lucid or Alpha Trader. It was one of those discords. I forgot which one. But the point, the guy said, raise your hands if you spent you put your life savings into buying gold options because you thought that they were going to explode because of all of the war and all the political this and that that's going on. And he said that he put his whole life savings into this. And my thing is dude, why? I mean, Wall Street bets is a thing. I don't think anybody has posted in that forum and stated that I put my life savings into a gamble and I won. And if it's happened, they did it again and then they lost it all. I mean, it's just the nature of gambling. What possesses a person to put their entire life savings into something that they cannot control? Or not only do you can't control it, obviously you don't have an understanding of how it works. Everybody is probably thinking the same things that you're thinking. I thought it too. I didn't think that I should go out and buy gold options, but I thought to myself, it's very interesting that there's a war going on and we're not seeing super volatility in gold and silver. Gold is literally ignoring all the geopolitical things that are happening right now. Nothing's happening in gold. And I thought that was interesting because that's not what's supposed to happen. I don't necessarily look at the dollar, but I guess I could. It looks like gold and the dollar is in a downtrend. Oh, is it? Yeah, I thought that was very interesting. Now, if gold is going up everywhere else except for the American markets, I wonder what's going on there. But yeah, the guy lost his, or he claims to have lost his life savings in gold options, which honestly, if I'm trading options, it's not going to be gold. All right, I almost messed up. Because just like I said earlier, nothing happens in gold. Do y'all not see? I have gold options as an alert here in my flow. And as you can see, they're only Q alerts. The Qs. Alerts for the Qs when I also have gold and silver that's supposed to show up, and it doesn't. It doesn't. Or actually, I apologize. I see that I have the Qs marked. So let me see again. Okay, so we have one. That's one gold option. Yeah, so all day, only literally one alert popped up for gold. And there were gold calls. Only literally just one. If you're going to gamble on options, it's going to be the Qs or SPY. Seriously? Me personally, when I was trading options, I didn't even touch the Qs. The cubes was not even an option for me. It was SPY calls or SPY puts. I kind of had a feeling that the market was going to probably come back and test the bottom of that initial balance from yesterday's session. I had a feeling it's going to do that. But gold was missing me all freaking day yesterday in the session before. Or actually, shit, yeah, Sunday and Monday. Gold was kind of missing me, so. I wouldn't do it. Hell nah. Hell nah. Hell no. No. Well, I guess it really depends on what you mean by sells. If you're talking about a quick scalp for a potential pullback, I mean, anything is possible, but the Nasdaq just broke structure to the downside, and it just broke above yesterday's high. So this is obviously bullish. It just broke 3 structures to the left. Like I said, you can get lucky and potentially catch a pullback, but we all know that that's just not how the Nasdaq. Oh shit! Look at gold. Here's a quick scalp. I mean, I don't want that to, I really don't want that to be true. Like it's always coming down for something. Hmm. Hey, what's up, Santiago? Okay. So what I'm gonna do here is I have a limit sitting at 28.3 in my funded account. I think this is a good trade, but I have to pull that order. I have to pull that order. Hmm. Thinking about any other potential accounts that I may have. $28.3. So what I'm gonna do is actually just put, so just in case, or I guess hopefully, $28.3. Just have that marked on my chart real quick, so I don't forget about it tomorrow morning. Because I mean, if given the opportunity, as long as I'm up, I don't mind leaving a limit order on the chart, but I'm more comfortable leaving limit orders on the chart with gold, but at the same time, I would prefer not to. We all saw this morning that gold literally missed me by one tick this morning. Literally by one tick. At the time, we didn't know it, but I had my limit order sitting at 369, trying to be cute with my entry. And I guess the market thought it would be hilarious to drop the market at 368. They thought it was hilarious to drop it at 368. And we got this big dump. And that's what I'm talking about. At the time, you just don't know if you're at the top or if you're at the bottom of a move. You're just taking a good setup and seeing what happens. And usually it's a good move. And that was a beautiful move this morning. But I was able to get this follow-up trade. I was able to get this follow-up trade this morning, and I'm glad that I took my profits and not adjusted my position out of revenge. Which honestly I shouldn't have done it, because I wouldn't have. I'm not even looking for this entire move. I'm looking for 13, 14 points. So there should have been no reason why I should have readjusted my target when all I'm really looking for is about 14 points. So 13 and a half points. But I did think about doing it. And honestly today, I was very proud of my growth. I'll say that, because I did something that I normally wouldn't have done, as I was being emotionally hijacked, and those emotional demons was trying to convince me to do something that would have been against my interest. I took control. I regained control of my frontal lobe. I walked away from the screen a little bit this morning. I took my deep breaths and I accepted what could have potentially happened. And I told myself that I was not going to adjust my position at all. And I'm glad that I didn't, because it worked out this time. So when stuff like that works out, it's easy to see, or it's easy to kind of take in all the good habits or all the good actions that I did leading up to my target being filled. But if it would have come, if price would have come back and stopped me out and filled my stop loss order, I probably wouldn't have noticed everything that I did before that. I probably would have talked about it, but I probably would have been highly upset for obvious reasons. Because I mean, initially I had a winning trade that turned into a loser, or I had a potential winning trade that I did not get filled on, and then I had the follow-up trade that was initially a winner. I think it pushed up about 11, almost 12 points before acting like it was about to reject. And if it did, it just would have been a double whammy, and the account would have locked out, and there's nothing I could have done about it. Actually, let me do that now. Let me do that now. Make sure that my risk settings are locked out. I'm not going to play this game with myself. I only allocate $270 of risk per day in these accounts. These are my funded accounts. I don't play those games. I know that I have a hard time accepting loss, especially in the moment. I will readjust my stop loss and add more risk to the trade. I will do it. And I try to make it a habit to lock out the account before I even take a trade. But, you know, there are times where it does slip my mind. I'm pretty sure that's done intentionally. And when I'm in a bad position, I do have a habit of checking to see if I locked out the account, and I will come in and readjust the personal daily loss limit and then lock out, giving myself extra draw or extra room. But I've already gotten the data about myself. That second trade is usually a loser. It's usually a loser because that first trade is low key, got me on tilt. My only focus at that point is just to get my money back. I want to get my money back plus the money that I would have made if that first trade wasn't a loser. So instead of looking for 13 points, I'm looking for damn near almost 18, which which is highly unlikely. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's highly unlikely to get 18 straight points. Like a move like this, yeah. I mean, I would have to catch this. How often is that happening? Obviously, you're not seeing moves like that. It happens maybe once a day. Once. This was obviously more than an 18-point move here. Obviously, yesterday's session was an abundance of 20, 30-point movers. Yeah, this was like 49 at the high. So this was a damn near about 45 points, just roughly 45. But those types of moves, they do not happen when you need it. So that's why I try not to take follow-up trades in the same account, because I'll just accept the $270 loss and come back tomorrow versus losing $500 or $600. Before I got my payout, I would have gotten more, but the crazy thing is I was trying to make $150, and I lost about $1,800 trying to make $1,500. As crazy as that sounds. I gave myself a $600 limit. I lost 3 days in a row trying to make $150. And the chain of events was just very, it was a very weird chain of events. I had Top Step actually touch my limit order and did not fill it. That would have been the payout right there, but for whatever reason, the market god said, you know what? Let's just literally touch his limit order. Let's not fill it, and let's actually give him the money that he would have needed to pass, or he would have needed just to be able to lock out and request the payout. So what I've seen over time, or what usually happens historically, is usually the market may miss an area, it'll come back, fill the rest of the orders in that area, and then it'll kind of go in that same direction. Kind of like, as an example, this right here. And this is how I know like this type of stuff only works when you're not. So I had a limit order sitting at 5,003. And you can see that I got missed here and I got missed here by one tick. But you see how the market comes in this area, it shoots higher, and then it comes back in this area, probably sweeps it a little bit, and then makes the same move. That's what I was looking for. And that's why I left my limit order sitting there, because I figured that, oh, it just missed it. It'll probably come back and we'll probably see the reaction that I'm looking for. And it didn't do that at all. It did this. It just squeezed. As soon as it filled my order, it just squeezed higher. And I was like, shit. It did exactly this. And then I get in again short. And then, you know what's crazy? This is actually the price action from Friday, that, or Thursday or Friday, whatever one of those days were. It shoots up higher. I get in short, but I kind of missed the area that because it just touches it, and then it didn't just instantly rejects. And so I get in at a bad area, and then I tell myself, well, I'll just scale into it if it pops back up. And so it begins to dump, and then it pops back up and stops me out. And then it proceeds to super crash out. But the crazy thing is, if I would have stayed into it, so I readjusted my stop because I didn't want to lose too much money. I just kind of wanted to just lose like a small bit of money. If I left my stop where it was, instead of playing around with it, it would have popped up. It would have went nowhere near my stop, and then it would have crashed. And I would have got what I needed sooner. But during those 3 days, now that I'm just looking back at, what I did, and I think that kind of what helped me out today, because I was kind of thinking about, what I usually do when I'm in a high risk trade and emotions are high, and I begin to just readjust and play around with the position. If I just left it alone, it would have worked out. So I just left the position alone this morning, and it worked out. But if I would have played around with that position this morning, and I would have got, because as soon as I lose $270, the account locks out. So if I played around with the position, added more contracts into it, tried to scale into the position, and it didn't go my way, I would have got stopped out at $270, and the price would have went in my direction anyway. And that right there could have been the fuse to me picking it out on my other accounts. Oh. Like I said, I'm glad I didn't do it. So yeah, like moving forward, I'm really gonna stay adamant about following my rules. getting messy and making mistakes. And just let the trade play out and just document it. Probably not this week, but next week I'm gonna go back to journaling and documenting my trades again. This week I just don't have the mental capacity for it. I kind of want to just get in some wins because of last week. I want to be clear about it. Just because of last week, it just, like I said, losing $1,800 just to make $150 just really kind of bothered me. Because I was really questioning. I was like, damn, like, am I going to blow this account? Am I going to blow it? I was literally $150 away, and I literally lost 10 times the amount that I needed. Probably 11 times the amount that I needed. Which was insane to even start to think about, but yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I started doing it last week, KD. It's just I stopped doing it, but I'm gonna get back to it. Next week. Next week. Not this week though, but next week. I'm gonna get back to it because like I said, I mean this way I made some changes this week. This is what I will say is that now that I'm focusing on one instrument, that does alleviate a lot of it does alleviate a lot of, I don't want to say pressure, but because I'm only looking at one instrument, I don't feel like missing out on moves on silver or the Nasdaq because I don't even look at those instruments anymore. Gold, out of the three that I trade, gold is the most consistent. Gold, there's always a move happening on gold. It's literally the only thing that moves during Asia out of the three. Nasdaq moves sometimes, silver moves sometimes, but gold is always moving. She's always on the move. So, you said oil is falling. Yeah, so I literally banned CL from, like, she's forever banned. She was like just super playing with me one night. She was super playing with me. Like she missed my limit order about 3 times in a row, which was the most disrespectful thing. But let's look at that. Let's look at CL. But she's super banned. She is super banned. She will never have the pleasure of filling my limit order ever again. She won't have the pleasure. And you see what I'm talking about? You see what our girl Gold is doing for your boy? There we go, baby. There we go. And this is what I really enjoy about trading gold. It's so straightforward, man. No randomness. Just get in that structure and you should be good. And let's look at CL. So CL is dropping, huh? So I think the fair value gap was on the daily chart. I think this was a daily chart. No, it can't be on the daily chart. Maybe on the hourly chart. There's a gap on one of these time frames. This is why we drew this box, because it was a fair value gap. And this is exactly where CL came back and we saw the rejection at this fair value gap. Was it on a 3 minute? No, I don't think it was on a 3 minute. I forgot what time frame. Maybe it was a 15 minute or something. Yeah, honestly, it's interesting. I can't find the time frame that I was on when I drew this fair value gap. Anyway, we saw CL literally love tap the fair value gap, and then we seen the dump. Oop, there we go. Actually, let's see if we can kind of get some. Great trade on gold. Come on, gold. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this limit. I'm gonna leave the I'm gonna leave it there. I'll probably pull this order. I'll pull that order right there, and I'll take the win, and I'll just come back tomorrow. I mean, this thing probably flushes. It probably super flushes here, but I'm just gonna take the profit target here. Nice bounce right at the target. Don't fill it or nothing. Just bounce at it. Play around with it. Yeah. 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 There we go. Nice. Nice trade. Nice trade on gold. Nice trade. Made about $260 in that. Nice trade, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, Katie. Appreciate that. That was a really nice trade on gold. Gonna probably crash out a. Now I did have a limit sitting at 91.6. I don't want to give back the profits I just sat here and made, potentially. So I'll just come back tomorrow, because honestly, I mean, we could see a bounce here, but let's just see. Let's just see. So I think it was like 91.6 or something like that. I really don't remember. To go over the trade, sure, why not? 6. All right, so let's see. Let's see if I'll leave that right there, and we'll see if the market actually touches this thing, and we see what kind of reaction we get from it. All right, so the reason why I took that short, the reason why we took that short was because if you look to the left, the market was rejecting from a double top right here. Let me get my pen. And this is the good thing about gold. Price action is king on gold. Price action is king on CL too. That's where I learned about price action, was on CL. But I mean, as you can see, we got a double top. God dang it. You got a double top rejection at an area where the market completely breaks structure to the downside. Breakouts usually fail. So a good trade that has a high probable win rate. I mean, there's times when the market breaks out sometimes, but usually a good trade would be to fade a breakout, especially at a high where we've seen the market literally crash out right here. So we've seen that the market rejects from this area, So it rejects, and look at what it does. It takes out this structure and it takes out that structure. So this tells me that there's enough sellers here. There was enough sellers here to not only break this structure, but to break that structure. So that tells me that longs are now out of the question and that I should wait for the breakout or the break and retest trade. And that's what I was looking for. So as the market broke structure to the downside, it was fluttering up for the retest. Now, initially, I got into this area because I seen what looked to be a range. And so this is where I got in right here at the midpoint of this range. But obviously the market decided that it wanted to tap the initial balance low, which is fine. I mean, there's still a double top. I mean, there's still at the top of this range right here. As long as price didn't break out from this range, I was still confident in the short. Still confident in the short. So I got in at the 50% of this range. I was about 2 points in drawdown. And once I saw that the market broke, kind of go back into the range, and we saw that rejection, then that's all she wrote. If you trade the Nasdaq, there is no way that you can ever trust a move like that. And if you trade the Nasdaq and then come to gold, you're not going to trust this move. But once gold breaks out of structure, it's highly likely that she's going to continue in that direction, and trading counter to that trend or counter to that move will highly likely turn you into a liquidity donation. It's highly likely. That's why I had to kind of break out of that counter trend trading mentality that I brought over here to gold, because yeah, she was definitely reminding me that she is not the Nasdaq. So if you trade gold, in my opinion, I would kind of just stop trading the Nasdaq, because the Nasdaq is very if you bring your Nasdaq habits to gold, you're just going to lose. It's just as straightforward as that. You're not going to trust moves like this, because the Nasdaq does shit like this, where kind of like in that same move. I mean, well, here she continued here. But what we usually see is this. She'll go in that direction and then she'll pull back for no damn reason. That's usually what we see. But I mean, at the same time, the market was bullish. This was just only a pullback. And so, I mean, this retest, I mean, this is normal right here. This is normal. But y'all guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, she can kind of like right here. I think yesterday everybody was trying to short, or they were trying to go long, and then the market just kept shorting. Oh, gold. Okay, so if I kept my limit order here, I would be filled. I would still, actually, would I be in this still? I don't think so. I think it just would have stopped me out. It would have stopped me out. Actually, no, I would still be in this. My stop would be at 86.2. My target would be at 501. My name is Nasdaq Anonymous, and I'm addicted to the NQ. Yeah, I mean, the NQ is very addictive, man. I mean, honestly, it would just be nice if the Nasdaq would kind of go back to its old price action, because then I would have no problem trading the Nasdaq as well. But it's just too much of the BS from the Nasdaq that it's too much. There's just too much BS now. It's chopping around. It's not moving at all anymore. It still has the same NQ tendencies that it used to have, but with chop, like look how much it chops now. It's ridiculous. But I mean, a lot of people were buying this move and the market just kept shorting and shorting. And then it finally pops and then it drops. So everybody that was trying to short this move, was getting stopped out with these random pops. And then it finally takes out. And then I'm pretty sure everybody was like, fine, we're going to be bullish. And then now everybody's trying to buy this thing. And now this thing wants to go short. And then in the next session, it wants to pop up. I mean, that's all this was. This big move was just all the sellers trying to sell this thing and all the buyers trying to buy it. You had all this sell side liquidity just stacking up above, and it just ran higher. That's all that was. That's all it was. And then, but then you still have this low right here too. As long as price stays above this low, it is bullish. Even if it's bearish, it's still bullish above this high or above this low. Now, if it would have broke structure to the downside, then waiting for that break and retest trade short would have been the trade. But as you can see, price stayed above this low. We got that move higher. All the sellers got stopped out of their positions, was turned into a liquidity pack. And then the sellers tried doing it again, and they got turned into a liquidity pack again. But the price action on gold is straightforward. It moves, obviously, if you traded gold before. I'm pretty sure a lot of gold traders probably went to something different, probably went to silver or something. Because obviously, if you traded gold before, you knew that gold was nice and steady and slow. Now gold is like Nasdaq 2.0. But it's, I mean, it still trades in a structure, which is good. So I can handle all the movement as long as it's trading in a structure. As long as I can see my double tops and range breakouts and stuff like that. As long as it's still doing that, then I can trade gold. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. Well, I'm glad that we ended the stream that way. So it does look like if I would have stayed in, if I kept my limit right here, I would still be in the trade, or I would be in the trade, and it looks like it would have worked. It looks like it would have worked. Damn. Okay. But all right, guys, that's going to be it for me tonight. I do appreciate everybody that joined me tonight. We'll definitely come back tomorrow morning. We do have CPI tomorrow, or not CPI, FOMC. So I do expect for the markets to chop around. I do expect that. But we can hope for the best. We can hope that the market kind of has already priced in that Powell will not be adjusting rates at this meeting. This will be his last meeting as Fed chair. I think the next meeting will be in June, and his term ends in May. So this will be his last FOMC meeting. Good times. A lot of people made a lot of money with Powell. A lot of people lost a lot of money with Powell, but it's gonna be weird seeing somebody new at that podium, man. It's gonna be weird. But all right, guys, we'll definitely come back tomorrow morning, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. With that said, peace out, everybody.